Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck? Why can't she just say, if a
Wow. I don't know. Did you hear what I heard from this MSNBC host? Maybe my hearing's off. So this is official. This is real. And this is not a fake video. Wow. I'm just going to play it again for you because maybe I didn't hear it correctly. But let's go ahead and listen in here.
Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck? Why can't she just say?
So did an MSNBC host really actually say, how do you resist the temptation to strangle? And she even made the jet. Maybe I'm hallucinating, but what I see in this clip is a video clip too, not an audio clip. Audio is very easy to edit. But what I see here is an MSNBC host saying, Kristen Welker, who, by the way, is the White House correspondent, how do you resist the urge to wring the neck of Sarah Huckabee Sanders? So let's go ahead and, again, maybe I'm hallucinating. Let's just go ahead and watch this again.
Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck? Why can't she just say, if a staffer said that, we're going to get to the bottom of it, and she'll be fired?
Well, I think a lot of people were surprised.
Wow, you notice that the White House correspondent for MSNBC doesn't push back at all? Doesn't say, wow, well, I would never commit. I would never strangle. I mean, what a weird position to be in, and what a complete lack of integrity. But here's the way the conversation should go. Hey, Cernovich, how do you resist the temptation to wring the neck of a professional woman you don't agree with? I'd be like, bro, what are you talking about? Are you high? Like, are you drunk? Right? I would be like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, what is wrong with you? Please get help. We're not talking like 50 Shades of Grey stuff here. We're talking, strangling, murdering somebody you don't agree with politically. Again, this is not kink. The context of this here, because, the media likes to take things out of context. So, they're not talking about like 50 Shades of Grey and, all this other stuff. They're talking about, the conversation is from an MSNBC anchor, and she's talking to a White House correspondent, and they're talking about Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Let's go ahead and just watch that clip.
Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck? Why can't she just say, if a staffer said that, we're going to get to the bottom of it, and she'll be fired?
Well, I think a lot of people were surprised.
So the White House correspondent here at MSNBC doesn't even flinch. I mean, this is how they talk. They threaten, this is to them just like another day at the office. She's not even like, whoa, I don't think you meant that, Nichole. I think, that's the point where the White House correspondent, Kristen Welker, that's when Kristen Welker should say, hey, Nichole, let's walk it back. Like, you see me on the Alex Jones show, right? Where I'm like, Alex, I don't think you meant it quite that way. Let's walk that back just a little bit, right? Because, that happens from time to time. We all need to walk things back. But to these people, the violence is so normalized. It's just a normal thing. This is what they talk about. Welker, the White House correspondent doesn't even flinch when an MSNBC anchor asks about, why don't you strangle, which, again, we're not talking about kink here, because I'm not a kink shamer. We're talking about, decide for yourself what we're talking about here.
Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck? Why can't she just say?
That gesture. I mean, look at her eyes and look at here, let me screen cap this. Look at the evil. That is a sociopath right there. Just look at the expression that she is making in this picture. Like, in her own mind, she is visualizing murdering, strangling, call it what you will, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I mean, just look at this sadistic image. This is MSNBC, people. This is, not El Chapo Trap House, right? This is not like a podcast. This is not like a joke podcast or something like this. This is people who allegedly are journalists. And look at that. Look at her face. She's like visualizing viscerally just committing an act of strangulation against a political opponent. Now, if she had said, hey, Kristen, and they had mentioned, you know, maybe they were into, I'm not going to sexually harass anybody, but there have been books out there, you know, so maybe, you know, a book that sold 150 million copies or something, you know, I'm not here to judge anybody. But within the context of this is not the context of that movie and the books. This is the context of an MSNBC anchor is interviewing a White House correspondent about the press secretary of the United States of America. Wow.
Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck? Why can't she just say, if a staffer said that, we're going to get to the bottom of it, and she'll be fired?
Well, I think a lot of people were surprised, Nichole, because there was an
Nothing from Kirsten. She's not even like flinching. She's just like, oh yeah, I mean, this is how we talk. We regularly just talk about strangling people, you know, that we don't like. God, this is just, I mean, this is like another level, you know. Just look here. Look at that in slow motion. Her eyes like a reptilian, like crocodile, alligator. Like, look at that. Like somebody should GIF that. Here, let's.
Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up?
I mean, look at that. Somebody should make a GIF of that, of her gesticulating and in her own head imagining. So, I mean, this is the danger that we're in every day of just the violence from the left, the sociopathy, the psychopathy. You can call it what you will, but there, you know, there's no, you know, hey, we're just goofing off kind of thing. I mean, this is all just right here. So what needs to be done, is obviously, you know, I don't watch her show. I'd never heard of her actually until today. Her name is Nichole Wallace, Nicolle. So what needs to happen is you need to find her show, and then we need to contact her advertisers, and we need to ask her advertisers, do you endorse strangling people because you just, I mean, even a man wouldn't even endorse strangling men you don't agree with. I mean, that's not the way we do things in America. Like, save that stuff for the, you know, look, people are into what they're into. I'm not going to get into that right now. But, you know, when you're talking about the White House and you're talking about reporters, that's not talking about, you know, other things.
Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck? Why can't she just say, if a staffer said that, we're going to get to the bottom of it, and she'll be fired?
Well, I think a lot of people were surprised, Nichole, because there was an anticipation that she would have something to say.
Well, I mean, there you go. I mean, it's just cut and dry there. It's not even like debatable. We're not editing, you know, the video's right there. This isn't like where you take 5 videos and you clip it together and then you have an audio in it, you make it sound realistic or whatever. This is just real. It happened on TV today. And she admits it. When I asked about whether the tension in the briefing room ever makes reporters want to wring the neck of the spokesman, it's a spokeswoman, you liar. I mean, Nichole Wallace is such a fraud. She's trying to make it sound less bad because she's like, well, I mean, we want to strangle men, you know, so she's not, by the way, God, I look good. Look how jacked I look, man. Look at them deltoids just popping out right now. Look at the neck. Strangle this. That'll get jiffed. Here you go. If they're gonna make gifs anyway, right? See, can't strangle that. It's a big neck right there. You can't strangle that neck. So Nichole Wallace says, when asked about whether the tension in the briefing room, tension. I mean, I'll be honest with you, this is a little bit creepy. I'm a little creeped out right now what I'm reading. A little creeped out. When I asked about whether the tension in the briefing room, Nichole, we're talking about the White House here. I mean, we're not talking about, I'm creeped out. I'm just going to be honest with you. Trying to keep it family friendly here. But I'm a little creeped out here right now. When I asked about whether the tension in the briefing room ever makes reporters want to wring the neck of the spokesman, well, it's a woman. I used poorly chosen words, and for that, I'm sorry. Look, Nichole, you didn't use words, bro. You pantomimed, right? Is that the word I'm looking
Sarah
for?
Sanders sort of.
Is that
Kristen Welker, how do you...
Pantomime is such a good word. It's when you make the gestures about what you're talking about. One of you guys will correct me. I think it's called pantomime. It's a great word.
resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck? Why can't she just say...
See, I mean, look at
to
that.
run up and
That
to run up.
isn't like,
Kristen Welker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and...
I mean, that wasn't like words. That wasn't about the spokesman. Real sick people we're dealing with here. Just the MSNBC, you know? They're just scary, scary, freaky people, dude. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard to just not want to strangle people. I mean, we're not... It's like basic. Come on, guys. What is wrong with you people? All right. Anyway, if you want to do something about it, find out who our advertisers are. We'll do an advertiser boycott. Email me, CERNOMEDIA at protonmail.com. Cernomedia@protonmail.com. And email me and tell me who the advertisers are, and we'll do a boycott on Monday. We'll ask the advertisers, do you support strangling people that you don't agree with? Right. She did not apologize. It's a fake apology. All right. Fundedjustice.com/Epstein lawsuit. We have a very, 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 very exciting update. Great news. It looks like the court records are going to make public. The lawsuit. So for those of you who don't know, Mike Cernovich, on behalf of Cerno Media, filed a lawsuit called the motion to intervene and unseal records in a case in federal court. It ended up being a lot more expensive than it was supposed to be. I put up 10 grand of my own money, and I'm going to post the bills. So basically, anybody who backs it, I'll show you the billing records. I put up 10 grand of my own money. It ended up being a lot more than that. And we are fighting to find out who was part of Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile network. The URL for that is fundedjustice.com/Epstein lawsuit. I'll show you that URL. EPSTEINLASWIT. So it's funded justice, FUNDED, funded, like, you know, past tense of funded. Fundedjustice.com/EPSTEINLAWSUIT Epstein lawsuit. So you can go there, help us get these records. Real stuff, bros. Real stuff. A lot of people, you know, the media will never write about this. You know, they'll always write about, you know, oh, you posted to a hashtag one time and, you know, blah, 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 and, you know, all this stuff. But they'll never, you know, they'll never talk about the real things I do. So you can go find out. We're, you know, probably going to get this stuff. We're working hard on it. So you can go to fundedjustice.com/Epstein lawsuit, EPSTEINLAWSUIT. Anyhow, great news. It looks like the court records are going to be made public. The lawsuit was complicated because it was layered. So here's what happened. I filed the lawsuit to get them. Judge said, not going to give them to you. Why? Because the judge probably wanted to cover up for pedophiles. I mean, let's just be honest here. There was, you can read the appeal that I filed that was joined by the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, the Associated Press, the New York Daily News, and a bunch of other nonprofit media organizations. So it isn't like a frivolous lawsuit. It was a great lawsuit. So the judge is, you know, covering stuff up. I don't care. I'll call a federal judge. What's he going to do? You know, cry? So the judge didn't want me to get these records because maybe his friends are in there. Who knows? But that is on appeal. And again, you can read the briefing. Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press joined it. While my appeal is pending, the Miami Herald filed their own lawsuit. And because the Miami Herald lawsuit, or the Miami Herald filed it, they kind of realized like, oh, we're probably having to give them something. So they have said that they will share some of the court records. How many? We don't know yet, but they're gonna share some. We don't know exactly how much, but they'll share some because now the Miami Herald's involved. And by the way, Politico reported on the initial lawsuit, the case. You can find the case number, the amicus brief filed in support of Cernovich Media, American Society of News Editors, Associated Press, Daily News, Society of Professional Journalists, Holy Center for Free Speech, a Miami Herald filed a lawsuit. So this is all like real verifiable stuff. Fundedjustice.com/EPSTEIN LAWSUIT. Now, a lot of you might say, Cernovich, I'm broke. Hey, bro, it's all good, man. I put up 10 grand. Now everybody's got 10 grand sitting in a piggy bank. So I ain't here to, what do you call it? Poverty pimps? Poverty pimp is like, if you don't support the campaign, then I will be ruined. And that's Glenn Beck, right? I'm not Glenn Beck. I'm not a poverty pimp. If you got a few bucks, throw in a few bucks. If you don't, you don't. No big deal. Don't feel shame. We've all been in different places financially, myself included. But what you can do, you can share that link on Facebook. You can share that link on Twitter. You can share that link on social media. So yeah, if people are like, well, I can't throw any money, hey, all good, bros and broettes. If you got $5, kick it in. If you got 5,000, kick it in. If you got 50,000, I mean, we could do a lot with 50,000. If you got nothing, cool, share links. That poverty pimp Glenn Beck stuff. Oh, if you don't support it, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Glenn Beck. We don't do poverty pimping. Okay. It's just real simple. If you got it and you can throw in. If you don't, share the link, spread the word. Let people know, because I get a lot of lied about in the media. I'm probably the most lied about person other than like Trump, that if you just share the link, like, look, Cernovich is doing good work here. You don't have to like him. You don't have to love him, but Mike Cernovich put up his own money to find court records and a lawsuit involving a pedophile. Oh, and by the way, if you think it's a conspiracy theory, then you're calling the Miami Herald, the Associated Press, and the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, you're calling them conspiracy theorists too. Therefore, your argument is invalid, or at the very least, it's not an argument. So just like anything else, don't ever feel like I'm telling you got to throw in. If you don't have it, you don't have it. All good. But you can share links. So I will hold you to that. I will hold you to that. I'm not a poverty pimp, but I'm a link pimp. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you, you better give me $5 or you hate me. But if you don't post a link on Facebook or Twitter or something, it's a little not cool. It's not very cool if you ask me. But yeah, fundedjustice.com/Epstein lawsuit. Read the update, read all that. So we're making moves, people. We're making moves. What else is going on? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm going to read your comments now. Hold on here. Let me, so you can just see my own smiling face. All right, I'm going to read some comments. Oh, if you're on YouTube, like and share. Oh, we got some super chats. Thank you for the super chat. If you're on YouTube, you can always super chat me. You can also paypal.me/CERNOVICH and just say, I want this to go for the Epstein lawsuit. Fine with me. PayPal.me/my last name. PayPal.me/CERNOVICH. Or go to fundedjustice.com/EPSTEIN All right, friends. What is going on in your world? I'm going to read your comments now. Congratulations, Mike. Thank you. You're welcome. And you do look good. I agree. I'm looking good here. Look at them. Look at them. Been working hard. Been hitting it hard. Been hitting the gym hard. I got a big seminar tomorrow. That's why I have people go, oh, why you haven't been doing videos? And I got a big video course I'm doing, actually. So a lot of people don't know all the money that comes in for journalism, right out the door. I don't take the money for journalism and pay myself. I take it and pay other people to do journalism or for lawsuits or other things. Where I make my money is Guerrilla Mindset. So if you buy Guerrilla Mindset for yourself or others, that money goes to me. That's how I actually make my money. I do seminars and I'm doing a video course. It isn't affiliated with the masterclass company, but I'm doing a video course kind of in that vein, a masterclass style course. Sit down with Mike Cernovich. I'll talk to you about Guerrilla Mindset. I'll talk to you about Audacity Mindset. I'll talk to you about, Q&A, all kinds of other stuff. So that's tomorrow. And these take a lot out of me, man. The seminars, because I put so much of my emotions and spirit into it, takes a lot out of me. And I always need, afterwards, I always retreat a little bit. So I always have to prepare a lot for it. So that's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. Thank you for the super chat, Rob. Justin, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, R. Thank you, Don. Donnie, thank you, guys. Yeah. So there's so many different ways to support the work. It's easy. If you want just to fund journalism, just fundedjustice.com/Epstein lawsuit, paypal.me/Cernovich. I don't spend any of that money on myself. Believe me, Sean will come in and tell you, Michael, why do you do this? Because I really believe we're in a historical time. That's why people go, why do you do this? You got so many other things going on, that actually make money. Well, I believe we're in a historical time. How could I not? How could I not? How could I not? All right. What else is going on here? Look, I'm not here to talk about strangulation in other contexts. All right. PayPal.me/CERNOVICH. PayPal.me/Cernovich. Somebody goes, "Will teenage girls be helped by Gorilla Mindset?" Gorilla Mindset, man, woman, and child. Over 1,000 reviews. People, the thing that people forget, because I'm working on another book, so I've forgotten to plug Gorilla Mindset. That's kind of weird. But because I am busy on other stuff, I forget to plug. Here's Gorilla Mindset. Here, I'll just show you right now. Over 1,000 reviews. How many books on Amazon have 1,000 reviews? Gorilla Mindset's got over 1,000 just on the Amazon.com. So Gorilla Mindset helps women, children, adults, teenagers, people my age, old people, middle-aged people, grandmas, grandpas. It doesn't matter. It helps everybody at all stages because it's a book about mindset. You're in school. You need to be a better student. You want to be a better parent. You want to just get more out of life. Gorilla Mindset's for you. So yeah, I forget to plug it. That's the funny thing about what I do is I'm so busy focusing on new stuff. But Gorilla Mindset is a timeless book. I wrote Gorilla Mindset, so if 100 years from now, you find this book, it'll work for you. We also have, speaking of, people who want to look good, we have great products at Gorilla Mind, GORILLAMIND.com, GorillaMind.com, GORILLAMIND.com. We have a really great hyaluronic acid-based serum. You notice my face looks a little more supple. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that am I allowed to say my face is looking supple, or is that a little too much? Might be a little too much. But it is, I've definitely noticed my skin is much more hydrated, more vibrant, looks fresher. Here, I'll try to zoom in. I don't really know if I can zoom in, but. So you can go to GorillaMind.com. You can pick that up. We have a bunch of other stuff there too. All right, enough of that nonsense.